really need to talk about Rampage.
All right, dude.
Let's talk about it.
You were excited. I haven't seen this yet. We're going to do a spoiler app.
We are. And you know what? It was interesting. Like
I don't want to see it.
I was lukewarm on it. I was like, well, it might be okay. Neil had tickets Thursday night. He was excited to see this movie. And I went into this movie, and man, I don't know what it is about The Rock, but no matter what the movie is, what quality the movie is, he elevates it to a Rock level.
That's what The Rock does, man.
Yeah,
He's the people's champion.
It's unbelievable.
He's the people's champion.
He's the movie's champion. He is. It's unbelievable. Like, this movie had no reason to be even watchable. It's based on an old arcade coin-op game that basically has no story. Although the film is loosely based, the mutated humans that were transformed into giant animals, they're actually mutated animals in the movie. So really, the movie isn't canon to the video game. Just let's get that out of the way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
any Rampage
purists, they're
okay.
not going to be happy with the creative, freedoms that the filmmakers took. But The Rock, he's just so funny. He's so likable. He works at the San Diego Wildlife Refuge, taking care of the primates. However, I love this explanation. He has a special forces background. Of course he does.
You always go from special voices to zoos.
Yeah.
My librarian was a Navy SEAL.
Yeah,
it always makes
perfect sense. It makes perfect sense. So, but with The Rock, you're like, yeah, okay, I can see that. Why wouldn't he do that? So this movie had everything you want from a big, dumb, fun popcorn movie. It had giant monsters. It had them destroying a city. It had The Rock. It had good action. It had a lot of stuff blowing up. And, it had better logic progression than A Quiet Place. And it was a better movie than Pacific Rim 2. So
really?
And it also had those elements of like, oh, this is what was missing from Godzilla. The
monsters actually out there fighting.
The monsters are out there fighting and destroying Chicago. So, but
they blow up Chicago. I got to see.
Yeah, and but you also see them. They're going down the streets. They're destroying buildings. But then the alligator comes up out of the water. So there's all these cool, fun special effects. Don't get me wrong. It's a big, dumb, fun movie. There's it's. Won't be needing this. You take that off, and
your head, your brain.
Yeah, and but it had just a style to it because of The Rock, and it just made it that big, dumb, fun action movie that with a bunch of giant monsters fighting in it. And and it's in the trailer, you see The Rock choking somebody out. Is like, hey man, it's a big arm, don't fight it. Just lines like that, he had to ad-lib that on set. There's like, The Rock gets the best lines, and I'm like, there's got to be some improv going on.
He probably just says that in his daily life.
Yeah, exactly. And he's just like, he just looked like he was having so much fun. And, I couldn't tell you who any of the other characters were. It didn't matter. You've got The Rock and Negan from Walking Dead. That's all you need to know. And 3 giant monsters in this movie. So I have to say this movie was a pleasant surprise because I was just so burned from Pacific Rim 2, and then parts of A Quiet Place just got me so crazy with some of the logic holes in it. I think this one, my expectations were so low that, and The Rock is so much fun, it just made me enjoy this movie even more. So it's, if you know what you're getting into, big monsters fighting, blowing up a city, and The Rock, and that's what you get. Like, it wasn't even like, oh, we're going to hide the monsters till the end and all that. No, you got to see the monsters right away. It didn't make any of the mistakes that the other big monster movies made.
I'm excited, I guess, now. I wasn't excited to see it because I've always felt shunned as a Chicagoan that our city never gets blown up.
Yes, it's ridiculous. It's just not fair.
It's not fair. Mm-hmm. LA and New York always get blown up. And so I like the fact that there's, I guess, an alligator coming out of the Chicago River or something like that.
Pretty much. Mm-hmm. Yep, and then you're like everything like you want to see. You're like, well, I want to see stuff blow up. I want to see the monsters fight. I want to, you get to see all those things. So, and this is also the movie too. Like when you hear, oh, a movie's being made about a video game I played as a kid in the arcade. There's no way that's going to happen. That's going to be stuck in development and then never happen. And it actually got made, and it was watchable. And again, 75 to 80% of that goes to The Rock.
Yeah. He can make any movie good.
Yeah. It goes to him, and then also missing was him with a prosthetic leg jumping from building to building. That's all it was missing. So,
all right.
So, the one critique I will have about the movie, again, it's like just big dumb fun. Is it took it a little bit too seriously. Like the rest of the film, like they tried to take like, no, these really are, mutated animals that are, becoming giant and blowing stuff up. Like they took that part a little too seriously because you have The Rock clearly is in a campy movie, but scenes without The Rock, and I'm like, well, now that tone is a little off. We have The Rock cracking wise in the movie and making jokes, and we have giant monsters. Let's not take it too seriously. But there were a couple of scenes of like, no, you don't need to take it that seriously.
Because he's sort of Negan, that actor is just call him by his TV name.
Yeah, that's his TV name.
Because he's some sort of
Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan is some sort of.
He's a OGA.
Other governmental agency.
Yeah,
That's
of
just
course.
the big monster division of the CIA or whatever.
Right. He's OGA, and basically, but he's playing Negan in the movie. I mean, it's really the way he talks, the way he moves. Without the bat, yeah. I mean, it's pretty much the way. I'm like, I swear the direction must have been just be Negan with a government agency. Because it's very similar the way he plays the character, but again, him and The Rock together is just fun.
All right.
Shot first, kitten heads across the